Hello everyone, it's me Jennifer with Jennifer's Sewing and Quilting. Today I'm going to talk to you about the sewing machine that I use. It is a Brother SQ9185. It is a computerized sewing and quilting machine. It has 130 unique built-in sewing stitches, 55 alphanumeric stitches, a 33% larger workspace, which is this extended sewing table. It has a variable speed control and a start and stop button. It also has a large backlit LCD display, which is this here, and we'll show you that in just a moment. It comes with 11 accessory sewing and quilting feet, and I will show you those in just a moment. It has an advanced needle threading system right here. It has a little button that you push that allows you to hook the thread around, and it helps you thread the machine easier. It has a jam resistant quick set drop-in bobbin. These are fantastic. This shows you a few of the sewing stitches that it has. I don't know if these are all of them. I think it may be. These are your garment construction stitches, your decorative stitch functions, your heirloom stitch functions, and your quilting stitch functions. It also has your alphanumeric stitches. The only con to this is that there is only one font, but you can make them larger. And this shows you the accessories that are included with it. And I will show you those now. Back a little. Okay. Your first sewing foot is called a zigzag foot. Right there. Okay. Don't know if you can focus in on that. Okay. Another great thing about these feet is that there is a little letter here, and it shows you what each foot is. Okay. If you notice, there's a little button here on the side, and what that is that when it is clicked onto the sewing machine and you are sewing over thick seams, you push the button in and it locks, and it lets you glide over those thicker seams easier. Okay, so that is your zigzag foot. This can also be used for straight stitching. It has a button hole foot. It has a really great feature. You slide this down, and this area here, you can put a button, tighten it down, and it will sew the buttonhole according to what size button you are using. Okay. Then the next sewing foot is an overcasting foot. I believe this is for garment construction. Okay. Your next foot is the monogramming foot. And this is also called an open toe foot. You can see how it lets you see right straight to the needle, so you can see your stitches. The next one is a zipper sewing foot. These are fantastic. They make sewing zippers so much easier. Then it has a blind stitch foot. Has this little built-in guide. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay. Your next one is a button fitting foot, and you use this in conjunction with the buttonhole foot. I don't sew garments, so I have not used this yet, but if you would like to see how these work, I can do another video on those. Please comment below if you'd like to see that. It then comes with a seam ripper. We affectionately call these Jack the Ripper in the quilting world. Okay. Then it comes with your class 15 bobbins. One will already be installed in the machine, and then it comes with 3 additional bobbins. Then it comes with a couple needle packs. Okay, this one is a size 11, 14, and 16 needle. This is a twin sewing needle. I have never used a twin sewing needle, so if you would like to see how these work, please comment below and we could do another video on those. This is a organ needle, which is a ballpoint gold needle, and it is used for sewing knit stitches, I believe. If anybody knows for sure, can you please comment below? Then it has a lint cleaning brush, so you can clean out inside the machine. I do not really like these because I can't get everything that I would like to clean, so I just use a 1-inch bristle paintbrush. I'm able to reach down further inside to get dust and things out. It comes with this is a screwdriver, so you are able to change the sewing shank, the attachment that goes to the sewing shank. Then you have 3 different size spool cap. When you attach your thread to the spool pin, these help lock the spool to the pin. There's a large, a medium, and a small. Then you have another spool pin. This is an extra spool pin. You attach it to the top of the machine when you are using twin needle sewing. I will show you where that goes in just a moment. And then it comes, of course, with your sewing foot pedal. This has a different type of plug-in. It is like a headphone jack, and I will show you how this works in just a moment. And then, of course, your power cord. Okay, it is, you plug it in a certain way, as you can see. Whoops, you can see the flat side here. Okay. And then it comes with quilting feet. Okay. This is a walking foot, which is commonly used for quilting. When you have it in the layers, the backing, the batting, and then the quilt top, this allows you to sew those layers smoothly and feed it through the machine so there's no puckering. Then you have a free motion foot. Some people do call these a darning foot. This kind of, see here, it kind of like floats. If you would like to see how this works, I can do another video on that. Please comment down below if you'd like to see that. Then it comes with your 1/4-inch quilting foot. When you are quilting, your seams are typically a 1/4 inch. Your needle is right through the center hole, and then you line up to the side of the foot, and that will be a 1/4 inch. Okay. Then it has a quilting seam guide. Okay, and what that does is you slide it on. You see this little hole here. You slide that into that little hole. It is a really tight fit. Push it down to wherever you want. I have this set with a piece of 1-inch masking tape, so I always know what my width is going to be. I don't have to guess. Your needle will come through here. you sew your first seam, your first line, you line it up with this, and then your second seam, as you're sewing it, each seam will be that width apart. You can push it to any width you like. You can also put it in on the other side. So when you're doing your opposite side of the quilt, if you would like to see how this works, I can do a video on that. Please comment below if you'd like to see that. This makes quilting straight lines a game changer. I really like this simple little thing. Then you have an eyelet hole, and this is for punching out your buttonholes. Okay. Now I will show you the sewing machine itself. Here's the machine. Put you down a little. Let me plug in the power cord. And you can see on the side here, it will show you exactly the way the cord goes in. You have your on and off button here as well. Sewing feet go out of the way, and I will power the machine up. Okay. As you can see, here is your LCD display. You can see that it is nicely backlit. Here is your variable speed control. This is a really great function. Whatever you have this slide set at is as fast as your machine is going to sew. It has a slow, medium, and fast speed, but you can also put it between those. Okay. This here is your stitch buttons. Lets you program, say we want, let's say we want stitch 14. You push up, and there is your stitch 14. Okay. A nice little thing about this machine is it has this nice little icon right here, and it is your sewing foot. Okay. It'll tell you the letter. This is where the letter that I told you about on the sewing foot comes in. So for stitch 14, it is telling me sewing foot N. Whoops, sewing foot N. Okay. So this stitch tells you what the width and the length is. So the preset is 5.0 millimeter by 0.5. So the top one is your length, the bottom one is your width, and you can see it goes up. It will go to 1.0. And the width will go clear up to 7.0. And you can notice as you're changing it, the needle will slowly move. Okay. These buttons will also let you program your alphanumeric stitches, which are all here. Okay. It does have a memory of the last alphanumeric stitches that you programmed into it. It has a very good manual that tells you exactly how to program those stitches. If you would like me to show you how to do that, please comment down below and we can do another video on that. Then it shows you here your twin needle stitches. Let me tilt that up just a hair, right there. Okay, and if you will notice, on all of these stitches, there is this little icon on each thing. Let's see, dark A here and here. And that's where this button here comes in. You'll see that it's lit up green on this particular one. And when it's lit up on this one, that means all these stitches. Push it for this one. That is for your twin needle stitches. And then once again, and it is for your alphanumeric stitches. Okay. So set that back to, back to the regular stitches. Okay. Then you have your, tilt this forward for you. I just took off the little cap for the bobbin. Your bobbin will easily drop right in. You hold your thread. Okay, you hold your thread off to the side. It has these little grooves here. It will show you exactly how to thread your bobbin, so you can pull it through the groove, pull it back to the right, and it clips off your excess thread. Okay, and then you put your cap back on, click it on. Okay, it has, pull this off. This is your regular extension table that most typical machines come with. It also has little storage right inside. I don't really use these. I don't really use this extension table because I use the 33% larger extension table. And you'll see that's about the whole size of the sewing machine. So it has these little feet that pop up for you. You can adjust the height by turning them. It slides right onto the machine and gives you all this extended area. These are great for when you're doing quilt piecing because it gives you a nice surface to guide the fabric through. Okay. Now I will show you the quilting foot. Put you up just a little bit. Okay. This is where your start and stop button will come in to play. Okay. Plug it in. The plug is, there's a little plug right back here. Put you down a little so you can see that right there. You just plug your jack, click it into place. Okay. Turn it back around. Now on most sewing machines, with your sewing foot, turn that back a little more for you. When you step on the foot pedal, that is the speed that you are going to sew, whatever the pressure is that you apply on this pedal. Okay? So let me put a sewing foot on here so I can have a nice click sewing foot. Okay, so that clicked right into place. I am going to show you. You put your fabric right in there, and I am going to, when you put your foot pedal down to apply the pressure, okay, you can see that was fast speed. We will go back to medium. Okay, you're slow. Okay, which is really nice and slow. So if you're doing some really pretty decorative quilting and you need to go slow, this slow is perfect. Okay, so if you notice where it stopped, the needle is down. This button here is your needle up and down. The reason why it always stops with the needle down in the fabric, okay, so you can lift your sewing foot with this little knob, right here. And that allows you to move your fabric if you have to change direction of your stitches. So your needle is always down in the fabric. Okay. So I can put the sewing foot back down and continue sewing in a different direction. Okay. I let the pressure off the foot, needle stays down, put it back down, and it goes. Okay, now another great feature, let me put the needle back up. When you stop sewing and you're going to change your stitch, always raise your needle, okay? The reason why you always want to raise your needle is because your needle can, if it's down, it can break very easily, okay? So now what I'm going to show you is I will unplug the sewing foot. This button here is a stop and start feature. Okay, I'm going to put the needle back down into fabric. I will turn it back up on medium. Okay, so you notice I took off the foot pedal. Okay, the foot pedal is unplugged. I can push the stop. And it stops. Let me put it back on slow so you can see that. Okay. This is a really great feature for people who don't like to use a foot pedal. When I first started using this machine, I'd say for maybe the first 2 years, I didn't use the foot pedal at all. It's a really great feature. Okay. Now, this other button here is your locking stitch button. So I'm going to start the machine. You can see the fabric is going back. When you push this, the fabric comes back forward. And what that does is that locks in your stitches for you. So you don't have to worry about when you take your fabric off the machine, those stitches are going to come out. That lets you lock your stitches. Well, I think I told you just about everything on this machine. If there's any questions, please comment down below and we can do another video on that. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon in the next video. Bye. Have a great evening.